Do you have this kind of experience? You know a lot of vocabulary, but just can't open your mouth and speak. You take a lot of time to learn a lot of words every day, write them down and repeat them, work hard, but quickly forget them. If you are struggling with the same situation and want to know how we can deal with it, keep watching this video. Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Zoe. I'm a polyglot. I speak 7 languages and I'm doing a PhD in sociology in France. Besides my native language, Chinese, I have learned 6 other languages as adult. You can find my videos speaking in different languages on my channel. I always believe that it is never too late to learn a language if you want. I'm here to share with you my experience, encourage and inspire you in your language learning journey. This video is structured by 3 common questions people ask me. How many words do you learn per day? How do you memorize words? How do you take notes and review? If you like this video and if you think it's useful, don't forget to give me a like and share with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. Tip number 1. Don't count the numbers. Digest them. First and most importantly, I want to say that learning a language depends more on your mental strength than your intelligence. You need to know how to manage your expectations, know your abilities and limitations, and know what is reasonable and feasible in your situation. This is the key to staying motivated and not giving up easily. So, stop comparing yourself to others. Like how many words this person is studying to be fluent after 6 months. The number doesn't really matter, but ask yourself how useful that word is, how much this word is related to your daily life. If you speak another foreign language, just ask yourself if you use that word frequently in that language when you speak. Sometimes I see a word in Arabic or Turkish that I don't even know how to say in English and French. Of course, I'm not going to spend my energy memorizing it. I always prefer to say that if you study 5 words a day, but they are frequent and useful words, you digest it and know how to use it during the conversation. It's better than mechanically repeating 100 words without understanding. Those 5 words a day may not seem like much, but that means 150 words a month and 900 words after 6 months. With 900 frequent words, you can already hold a conversation. For example, at the beginning of the learning process, I'm always a bit hurried to learn that 1000 basic words to be able to talk and practice with people. I always classify them into different categories.
This is my list of Turkish frequent verbs. As you can see, there are very useful verbs like to help, to buy, to bring. There are some examples as well. This is my list of useful adjectives. You can see new, enough, difficult, easy.
Let me share with you my story. I was in Egypt, in Alexandria. I wanted to learn Egyptian dialect. At that time, I already knew standard Arabic, but I wanted to speak Egyptian dialect with people. In the institute, they have a textbook, but it's too slow for me. I want those 1000 basic words to be able to talk with people. So I suggested to my teacher, I'm going to write the conjugation of 5 verbs every day. If we just learn the present and past tense, I'm going to write in those 2 tenses and make sentences of those verbs in both tenses. And then we will talk about my daily routine, what I have done. And then we'll study the textbooks. It's very beneficial and effective. I used this method to learn Syrian dialect by myself, and I continued to do it with my language learning partner when I started learning Turkish and Persian. If you ask me how many new words I study every day, I will tell you it depends. At that time, I was only studying Arabic, so I can do 50 words a day, even more. And now I have to work, so during the working day, I can do like 10 words a day or less. If I don't have time, I will just review the old words and the old flashcards. The point is not the number, but make sure you know how to use them and digest them. Okay, if you learn 5 words per day, next step, how to memorize words. Tip number 2, don't memorize them. Use them. There are a lot of videos and books about memorizing things on YouTube. Personally, I have watched and read a lot about this topic because I want to learn vocabulary faster. So I have tried different methods. Some techniques like spider web, mind map, my pennies, anything you can imagine. But after that, I realized these techniques can help me to learn words in a short time. I can say that I can memorize 50 words in 10 minutes and repeat them correctly. But after one day, I forget them all. I still can't use them, I still can't speak. Learning a language is not about showing how many words you can memorize, but how you can use them naturally and correctly to communicate with people. So it's important to change the logic. Rather than trying to figure out how to memorize the words, ask yourself how to use these words as much as possible. Just think about how children learn language. Of course, according to cognitive scientists, there is a window period that allows children learn faster and easier language than adults. Moreover, they are surrounded by that language like immersion. They hear it all the time. At school, at home, on the street, with friends, everywhere. You may be thinking, of course, I know the best way to learn a language is to live in a country surrounded by locals. But unfortunately, most language learners don't live in a country where the language is spoken. So how can we get the effect of immersion? If you learn 5 words today in a book or an application, anything, you have accomplished your task today. You learn another 5 words tomorrow. You put it in your flashcards and do spaced repetition and reviewed. This is a very good basic study routine. But I don't just put it in my flashcards and repeat them, like how to say red, to go, hospital in Arabic, for example. In the following days, I will use these words as much as possible. When I'm at home or walking the street, every time I see something, I will try to make the link between what I see and what I just learned. I will even say it out loud, like, okay, this is door, window. Okay, for example, I'm on the street, I'm in the street, I'll say, oh, this is a hospital, library, hairdresser, bookshop. It's a very good way to review. I even replace the word in my own language. For example, I don't know how to say the whole sentence. I want to buy apples in Arabic because I just learned the word apple at the beginning, for example. I would just say, I want to buy some tufah. But next time, when I learn the verb to buy, I can say the sentence like, بدي أشتري تفاح. I want to buy the apple. Next time, even add more descriptions like color, location, price. For example, اليوم بدي أشتري تفاح أحمر من supermarket. Today, I want to buy some red apples from the supermarket. From this sentence, you can see there's a time, there's a verb, there's a color, there's an adjective, and there's a place. With the time, you can say more things and make longer and longer sentences. This is really my favorite exercise and I really want to share with you. It's the best way to train your brain from the beginning to get used to thinking that language. If you have an intermediate level, it's even better. Just think in that language, speak to yourself in that language and describe everything around you. If there are words you don't know, check them directly on Google and reverse them and save it in your list. After learning the basic grammar and words, try writing diaries by using it. I talk about these methods in another video because it's really effective. If you have a language exchange partner or native speaker friend, it will be even better. What I did for my Turkish, I have a language exchange partner, Hilal. We met each other on Tinder and we studied together regularly. Every day, I would write the diary and send it to her on WhatsApp. She would just correct me and send it back to me. I would ask her to read my diary and send me the voice note. Normally, it takes less than 5 minutes and I listen to that voice note over and over again and repeat.
Kahve içerim. Radyodaki haberleri Arapça dinlerim. Sabah Almanca ve Arapça çalışırım.
There is another very effective exercise which is inspired by the meditation. Every day, before you go to bed or before you start your daily study routine, put away your phone. Give yourself 5 minutes. Ask yourself, what did I learn today? Or what did I learn yesterday? And try to review it in your brain. This is the best way to activate your memory and really embed the vocabulary in long-term memory. Another immersion exercise, listen to that language as much as possible, such as YouTube videos, TV, podcasts, radio, but try to catch the verse you just learned and imitate the pronunciation and accent. To recap, all these exercises are based on active record. It's a way to understand how we use a word in different situations instead of just repeating and memorizing them. The more we use our brain, the better and longer we can remember them. Tip number 3. Don't get obsessed with one way to take notes and review. I want to say that there are many ways to do it. Take notes in a notebook, on a computer, use note-taking applications, flashcards. Each of them has advantages and disadvantages. The first thing you have to keep in mind is not to be exclusive. You have to have a toolbox in language learning. Before you take notes and review, ask yourself what are the main resources where you can learn different vocabulary. For example, for me, textbook or language lesson, website like articles, news, YouTube videos, speaking exercise with a language partner. I use different tools to take notes from different resources. For vocabulary from a textbook, for example, I'm learning Turkish with this book, Istanbul B1.
If I study with a PDF book or reading an article, I always copy the new words or short sentences into an Excel because I can copy the list and get the translation from Google Translate. I will check them again and put them in my Anki cards.
If you watch my channel, you must know my favorite add-on to learn vocabulary when I watch YouTube videos, the Reversal add-on.
I really like the Reversal application. It can translate and save new words directly from YouTube or Netflix videos in one click. Then I can review them in the application. It's really great.
Karikatür.
To review, I use mostly Anki and Reversal to do spaced repetition. What I like about Reversal is that they have pronunciations and examples, but the great thing about Anki is that you can edit as you like. As you can see, I really write down notes. The advantage is that I can save time and put more effort on spaced repetition. The disadvantage is that you can't train your writing skill. If you have a pad, there is a feature on Anki that I really like. If you don't have a pad, just write on your notebook. There's no difference. Since I'm learning 4 languages at the same time, I have to work and other things to do in my life. It is really overwhelming for me to review all flashcards every day. So the first and second tips are the most important. Don't just rely on the flashcards. I'm actually reviewing flashcards when I have time, when I go out, when I'm taking public transport, when I travel. This is the best way to review. When I travel from France to Turkey, the 2 hours waiting at airport, 3 hours of flight is the best time to review my flashcards in Turkish, and I can switch to that language when I get off the plane. If you watch this video to the end, I will give you one last tip. Write down these 3 questions, then the method you like in this video, and then try to add more methods as you learn. As I say, don't be exclusive. I try to give you all methods I use. Everyone has different situation and different learning style. Just try to find the most appropriate method and build your own toolbox. If you have any questions, write in the comments. If you know better methods, share them with others. See you soon, guys. Bye.